All right, with Frankie Edgar on Fighters.com. Frankie, Gilbert Melendez put on a great performance the other night for Strikeforce. I understand you weren't able to watch it, but afterward he said, came out pretty clearly that he wants to find a way to merge the titles. He wants to fight you. He wants to fight whoever wins your fight or any of the top guys in the UFC. What are your thoughts on Melendez, if you know his history at all, and in general the idea of these two belts merging?
I'm down for whatever. He's a fighter that wants to be the best in the world. I'm a fighter that wants to be the best in the world, so it makes sense. Two top guys are always going to clash at the top. We'll see what the UFC does. There's I'm here to say that they're not going to combine them for a couple of years, whatnot. I just got to worry about my fight May 28th with Maynard, and then worry about all the rest after.
Obviously, you're not going to give away the store here, but how do you feel at this point in camp compared to a similar point in camp before the first Maynard fight? Anything different? Any lead-up procedures you're doing differently?
I feel great. I feel this is my fourth title fight, and I'm learning every time I go. So every camp gets better and better. I'm learning from each previous camp, and I'm trying to just implement the things that I think are going to work for this fight. So I'm excited for May 28th.
Pretty much your whole career, you haven't been given the credit and the due probably that you're deserved. And even now, you beat BJ twice. You retained the belt against Gray. There was an article recently on Yahoo saying who's going to be at the top of the lightweight division a year from now. And it makes a lot of, it's the internet doing what the internet does. But how does that rub you when you read stuff about people challenging your legitimacy and all that?
I don't read anything, to be honest with you. I'm not on the internet. I'm not that type of dude. But it's all bullshit anyway. It's someone's opinion. Someone who, isn't in the game pretty much, his opinion. So it doesn't matter to me,
Is that further fuel, just burden, that burns you?
I've been dogged, pretty much from day one in my career. So to me, it don't mean anything. I'm just going about my business and winning fights and collecting titles. That's it. That's what I want to do. But it's what it is. It's the media has to build fights and has to build stories, to get people to read them. Rankings I think probably get some of the most traffic for these media guys. So it makes sense for them.
All right, something fun. You got a new T-shirt out. Talk about the T-shirt, where people can get it, and how did that design? It's like the periodic table kind of thing. Was that something that came to you, or did someone bring that idea to you?
Yeah, my team actually my former manager, me and Shari, kind of bounced the idea around. I remember being a kid in chemistry class, seeing Fe and saying, "Oh, that's iron." I thought that was pretty cool. So it just made sense. I feel it's kind of the way I fight. I got an iron will. Trying to start a little fan club, the Iron Army. So you can get it at frankieedgar.com. So you definitely pick one up. They're pretty dope.
Now, I know you've used Simple Man to walk out to Leonard Skinner in the past. Can you give us any hints on the walkout music?
My last 3 or 4 fights, I think, have been Kicking the Door by Biggie.
Yeah, you're going hip hop.
Yeah, it gets me hyped up. So we'll see what happens though.
So is that a last minute decision, or how much input? How much do you think about that?
Sometimes just rolling in a car and a song comes on, or I hear something, I'm like, all right, that got me hyped up. So we'll throw that. We'll go with that one.
I got some good shots of you today with John Danaher. Can you talk a little bit about working with John? Obviously, he's all over the place. We see him on the special with GSP right now. What's it like working with John, and what does he see in the jiu-jitsu game maybe that's different than others?
I'm fortunate to be part of Ricardo Almeida and Renzo Gracie family, to be able to come up here and use all their resources, and especially John Danaher. I've been coming up here since pretty much since I joined the Ricardo's team and Renzo's team, and for my title fights, I've been coming up here on a more frequent basis, and he's everything everybody says he is. He's a master at this stuff. He thinks all day and night. And you talk to the guy, you realize he knows a lot more than we do.
And Martin Rooney, are you still with Martin?
No, we still have a relationship, but it's just a pretty hard drive. I come to the city a couple times a week, so I have a strength and conditioning guy, All-Star Sports Academy, Brian Blue. It's right in Toms River. Me and a bunch of other guys have been going to him for the past couple, probably for over 2 years now.
And finally, Ricardo, your good buddy, teammate, decided to hang it up. Did he speak to you at all about what went into that decision?
He was like burning the candle on both ends. This sport's very demanding. He has an academy, very, very big academy, successful academy, and he's a great coach. I know he has a lot of passion for coaching. He also has, a son that has autism, so he's got a lot of people pulling in different directions. I'm sure it was a tough decision, but I think it was the right decision for him. And now I think you're going to see him excel as a coach even more.
Thank you so much, Frank.
No problem. My pleasure.